For 2026, Lexus has lowered the base price of the NX compact crossover by offering the hybrid powertrain with front-wheel drive only. Before, you could only get it with all-wheel drive. So, does switching to just one powered drive axle help you with highway fuel economy? Tonight we find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2026 Lexus NX 350h front-wheel drive. In this test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour, to get a realistic fuel economy number for this luxury compact crossover. But before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Looking striking here in infrared and visited by one or two birds. The Lexus NX 350h. This is technically the F Sport model, which gives us some darker accenting, adaptive suspension, larger wheels, and more uncomfortable seats, depending on your body size. But the powertrain is the same. It's the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4 paired with a hybrid, and again, front-wheel drive only. Now, if you do want to see more on the NX, check the link below. We've got a dedicated review of the Mark Levinson sound system. We've also got our full pros and cons review and a little infotainment breakdown. So check the link below if you want to see any of those. Also, a little disclaimer and inside baseball. I actually already shot the fuel economy test on this, and it was right at the very beginning of my time with the car. It was the first night we got the vehicle, and I headed out and got the fuel economy test shot. Now, I'm so used to these cars coming to me in all-wheel drive that I just assumed it was an all-wheel drive. But it wasn't until I actually looked at the window sticker later on with my time with the car, realized it was just the front-wheel drive, and that's new for 2026. So, I didn't mention at all the front-wheel drive aspects of the vehicle while I was testing it. So we're kind of re-recording this here to point out that it's front-wheel drive. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this NX 38 miles per gallon, one better than the all-wheel drive model, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are plenty of people who do big highway trips and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. So in order to test that out, we're going to head out over to the gas station here at night when there's less traffic on the highway. We're going to fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Now, a few things to note for the test. Outside temperature is about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly. And our tire pressures are set at the door placard 33 psi cold. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. So without any further ado, let's head to the pump. All right, here we are. We got the tank topped off. We've got the vehicle on, but engine off. We're going to reset our trip computer. We are ready to begin. Now, we do have a few different drive modes here in the NX. We've got Eco, Normal, Sport, and Sport Plus. Why do we need Sport Plus in an NX 350 hybrid? I do not understand that. But we're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away, and pick up the test from there. Now, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy on this test, but rather a realistic figure. So in order to do that, I'm going to get up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace, and I'm going to set the cruise control to a GPS-indicated 71 miles per hour. That should allow us to have a moving average of 70 over the whole test. No problem getting up to speed here. I'm reminded just how comfortable and quiet the NX is. It's been a little while since I've been in this car. In fact, I haven't had one in California. And they just did such a good job with this generation. Looks like 72 on the dash, just giving us 71 on our GPS, roughly. We're kind of around there. So let's actually try settling in at 71. Let's see what we get. Gotta fondle the cruise control applicator here. Okay, no, actually very accurate. 71 on the dash, giving us 71 on the GPS. And we're going to turn on lane tracing assist, which comes on right away, and you can see It's taking us nicely through the lane. Yeah, this should be a pretty nice place to be. So we're going to settle in, test out the Mark Levinson sound system. I need to adjust my following distance. There we go. Let's do that. There we are. And catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the NX 350H. Man, Toyota and Lexus, they really know how to build an efficient vehicle. 35.6 according to our trip meter. Very healthy number, very satisfying after so many lackluster results over the last several fuel tests we've done. And this is a nice place to be on the highway. The active lane tracing works well. It's decently quiet. The adaptive cruise control is a little conservative, but that might be because we're in eco mode. In normal drive mode, it might be a little more on top of things. And I just realized, are we still in eco mode? It might have come out when I checked the tack shot earlier. Because, speaking of the tack shot, go over to sport and bring up our tachometer. And, okay, earlier I must have actually been in a different gear, because now we're at, we were all the way down about, I say different gear, it's an ECVT, but earlier we were at like something like 1700. Now we were all the way down to about 1300. I think I must have been going up a hill or something. So this gets to a pretty darn low RPM when just cruising at 71. That might be a record, 1300 RPM. Anything else? Seat comfort is fine. I'm actually, yeah, it goes, the seat bottom's pretty long. It's a little tight though, the bolsters are fitting pretty tight. And I wonder if we've got some stupid sport seats in here or something, because it's a tight bolster. I think a larger individual would be uncomfortable in here. Also, it's just a busy cabin. I don't feel very relaxed in here. And that's something, it's a qualm I have with new Lexuses in general. It's a tight fit, there's too much going on. It's not the simplistic luxury that I would appreciate. But we're going to get it back to the pump, fill it up, and calculate our numbers with you in the manana. Back here and all fueled up, we ended up putting in just over 2.5 gallons into the car. So 100.3 miles traveled divided by that 2.785 gallon fuel figure. It's giving us, okay, a little bit lower than the EPA's result, but still a fairly respectable 36 miles per gallon here in the NX 350H front-wheel drive. Now, interestingly, that is indeed 1 mile per gallon better than the 350 all-wheel drive that we tested back in Michigan a few years ago. Now, it's not an exact apples-to-apples test, but it's interesting that the EPA says you're going to get 1 mile per gallon better, and you got 1 mile per gallon better in our testing as well, so that does seem to track. The Lexus is still giving you a 14.5 gallon fuel tank in here, so 14.5 gallons times that 36 mile per gallon figure is giving you a respectable 520 miles of highway driving range here in the NX 350H front-wheel drive. So, the most fuel-efficient Lexus NX you can buy now? If you're getting 36 on the highway, you're easily getting better than that cruising in mixed driving, and that has been our case with the NX here as well. We've been able to get great fuel economy with no effort needed on our part. Just remember, you still got to put premium fuel in there. So thank you so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the NX, check the link below for our full review and our Mark Levinson review and our infotainment reviews. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.